For this video, I just want to explain DNS, which is domain name system. The way it works is like if you're right now like using a laptop, it has its own NIC, public IP address, port number, all that, and you want to go to whatever Microsoft.com, then that's a domain name. So to get to that, you gotta go to actually go to that site. It Your laptop reaches out to the internet where it does a DNS lookup using its DNS servers, and if it connects to like a virtual machine that hosts that Microsoft domain name, and then it returns it back, and that's how you get to it. So it's not just appears out of nowhere. It's hosted by a virtual machine and DNS servers. When you type in Microsoft.com, it's very user friendly. You don't have to memorize numbers. You just know what website you want to go to, and that's how you access the home page of the website you connect to. You just put in the URL. But that's not how it works. They're actually IP addresses that you're connecting to, and so you're just connecting to the IP address that's hosting that domain name. So what domain name system does, DNS, is it converts IP addresses to domain names. So what you're actually doing is when you type in Microsoft, it's just connecting to the virtual machine, and it could be multiple of them that's hosting that domain name, and you're connecting to it by its IP address. Actually, I was wrong. It's not, DNS doesn't change IP addresses to domain names. It changes domain names to IP addresses. But basically, you have your laptop, if it's public IP address, and it wants to connect to Microsoft.com, it does so by going to the DNS server that's hosting it, by its public IP address. That's what you're connecting to, so that's what you want to figure out. And those DNS servers just have records, that'll have like the domain name equals this IP address. And so it just has records for all the different websites that your browser is trying to connect to. So that's how that's like public websites like Microsoft.com, has those DNS servers on the internet and everything. But some companies want to have their own private DNS servers because they have their own private network, and they have their own websites that they want employees to use, or users or clients. So that's when they will host their own DNS servers to host their own web pages. So that's just kind of the basic overview of domain name systems, DNS.